If you've been watching the news of late, you'll understand that one of the topics that is hitting the headlines is that Ukraine and Russia are actually fighting, and all this instability that has been caused because of these two nations fighting each other. I may not be sure that that is the real cause, even for the inflation that is happening, not just in our nation, but I think almost everywhere that I hear people are living in higher economy. And I just tend to ask myself, apart from Ukraine and Russia, who else is facing constant battle each and every day of their lives? We may look at it right now and see as if there is no peace in Ukraine, there is only destruction. But I come to tell you today, there is one thing that is facing constant attacks in our lives, and that is exactly what I want us to talk about. What is it? We'll get to see this immediately after the introduction. Every day we wake up in the morning, we are faced by constant challenges. Call them the inflation in terms of higher economy. Is it medical bills? Is it all these things that we face each and every day? And as I look at them, there is only one thing that I can come to conclude, and this is that these things are there because there are people who have allowed the selfishness that is in this world to creep in their hearts so that they want all things for themselves, not realizing that they are causing harm to the other people. And that's the challenge that we have today, because our souls are facing constant challenges each and every day. Our souls are facing constant attacks each and every day from the enemy. And one thing that I would like to tell you is this: if you're in a position to say no to whatever comes through your eyes and through your ears, it will be very possible for you even to control the surrounding that you are in. Because the Bible in the book of Proverbs chapter 23 verse 7 says, "As a man thinketh, so is he." And your thinking is affected by what you see. It is affected by what you hear. So each and every day that you wake up in the morning, there are these challenges that you will face, and they will affect the way you think. And when they affect the way you think, they will actually affect the way you do your things. And this is the challenge that we're having today, because so many people have allowed selfishness to creep in their lives, and they don't even care what other people are going through because of their own selfishness. In the book of 1 John chapter 2, I'll read from verse 15. It says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but of this world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it. But he who does the will of God abides forever." Three things that I want to talk about today in a very short moment. First of all is the lust of the eyes. If there's one thing that we human beings are tested and tempted by each and every day, it is the desire to possess what we see with our own eyes. And this is what the Bible is telling us, that it is not from God. When you find yourself that you have that desire to possess anything that comes along your way, then you're in trouble, because you need to realize that this is not in the will and in the purposes of God. The second thing that I want to talk about is the lust of the flesh. Now it has graduated from the lust of what I see. Now I want to fulfill it physically with my own body. From that verbal conversation that you had with that colleague of yours, now you want to satisfy yourself with that colleague. And this is where the challenge is coming in, because we cannot be in a position to control the outcome of the things we allow in our lives, but we can control what comes in our lives, because when we realize that this is leading us to the place where God is not willing for us to be, then we can be in a position to say, I will not allow these things in my life. There are these billboards that you'll find even advertising bar soap, and there is a naked woman just next to the bar soap, and you're asking yourself, how is this even the same? I was listening to the TV the other day, and I heard the company advertising some metal rods, and when you hear and listen to that advert, the sexuality in that clip And when I look at the things that are surrounding us, this is a constant battle for your soul, because the devil knows that his time is short and he wants to capture as many as he can. But you have the authority, you have the capacity to say no to the things that you allow through your eyes, that you allow through your ears, because as a man thinketh, so is he. What has shaped your thinking? What has been the one thing that directs your ways? Because once you think about something, then you are desiring to do it. At the end of it all, you know what comes in your life? The pride of life. I can do it. Nobody can ask me. And that is exactly what we are facing in the world today. It is not about the bomb that is hitting Ukraine. It's about that heart that is behind that trigger, that is pushing that bomb. And it knows, the heart that is pushing that trigger knows. The heart that is pressing that button to send that bomb to kill people knows that is headed for destruction. But I still go ahead and do it, because what will they do? That is the pride of life. So which level are you in? And I would like to challenge you. When you realize the level that you're in, is it the lust of the eyes? Is it the lust of the flesh? Or is it the pride of life? I know that God's grace will be in a position to get you and to capture you from wherever you are and bring you back in His will, so that all of us can live in the will of the Father, and we live in the glory of He who has called us to become more like Him, to the glory and honor of His holy name. This is the Faith Crusaders, where we are all about revealing Christ-like attitudes of awakening. God bless you, and see you in our next show.